Hey, if you had that many broads, you'd walk slow too. Why a bunny? Why the idea of a bunny?
Well, originally it wasn't going to be a bunny. I was originally going to call the magazine Stag Party, and it was going to be a stag. At the very last minute, I got a cease and desist letter from Stag magazine saying they felt it was an infringement. So I was having second thoughts about the name Stag Party already, and literally about 6 weeks before we went to press, changed the name to Playboy and changed the stag to a rabbit in a tuxedo. Or we wouldn't be here. Yeah.
Was it an instant hit? Did Playboy take off right away, the magazine?
Yes, yes. I just had enough money, literally. The magazine was started, I had enough money for just one issue. $600 borrowed from a local loan and a bank company, and then investments from friends and relatives, a total of $8,000. If it had not been successful immediately, there would never have been a second issue.
By the way, I want to thank all with you. You talked about the beginning. The story true that you asked for a raise from Esquire magazine, they declined, and that led to Playboy?
Yes, I was earning $60 a week and had not received, I'd been working there for a year as a copywriter in the promotion department, and had not gotten a raise and asked for a $5 raise. They declined.
Do you ever think what might have happened if they had accepted?
If I had accepted?
If they said, okay, we'll give you the raise.
Okay, yeah.
You ever think what might have
Well,
happened?
the road untraveled. Let's say I'm very happy I traveled the road that I did. I think on a certain kind of level, they were moving to New York, and my roots were in Chicago. I felt my future was in Chicago or West, so I think that was part of it.
Esquire was then the magazine for men, right? I mean,
well, it was the only magazine with any sophistication. The most popular magazines in that time frame were the outdoor adventure magazines. True and Argosy had bigger circulations. But you know, I was interested in trying to create a magazine because Esquire itself had changed quite a bit during the war, and they'd taken the cartoons out, they'd taken the pin-up pictures out. One remembers how conservative the post-war late 40s and early 50s were.
Were they riskier earlier? Esquire, was Esquire pre-war a riskier magazine?
Oh, much so. Oh, yes, absolutely. I think that the earlier Esquire was a part of the inspiration for me. Yeah. The Esquire of the 1930s with the Petty Girls and then Vargas Girls and the cartoons and very good writing, Hemingway and Scott Fitzgerald.
What Hugh did, you know, we speak of branding now every day, but you were an original brander. You branding the bunny, the magazine. What did you see Playboy, what did you want Playboy to be?
Well, I certainly never thought of it as a sex magazine. The whole notion of it was really that it was a lifestyle magazine for urban guys. In other words, in contrast to the outdoor adventure magazines like True and Argosy, and I said it in the introduction in the very first issue. It was for the guys who like to mix a cocktail or two and have a young lady over for an evening.
Interesting emphasis there. You said you didn't envision it as a sex magazine.
No.
But you knew with layouts and pictures like that, that would be.
Well, I was
first
aware
thing people turned to was the centerfold.
I was aware of the fact that Esquire had taken the pretty girls out of the magazine, and that Esquire had been under pressure from the post office. In 1945, the post office tried to take away the second-class mailing permit from Esquire because of the cartoons and the
Really?
Yes, and that's the reason they changed. And I was the kid that didn't believe the post office had that right. So I knew on that level that I was breaking new ground.
Were you always a risky kid?
I hope so.
What do you think Hugh Hefner means today?
I think perceptions of me are very much a Rorschach test or an ink blot test. I think they say a great deal about, I think they are a combination for many people, combination of dreams, fantasies, and prejudices. It depends on where the person is coming from in terms of their own sexuality and their own views of the world.
You think a lot of men wanted to be you?
Oh, yes, I think so. Yes. And I don't blame them. I know how lucky I am.
Do you still live with